Good day. Today we will talk about the inductive approach. So for this topic, we have Teaching Grammar by the ITTO, Inductive Approach, and Examples and Benefits of Inductive Approach. But before that, our objectives for this day are the following. First, define inductive approach. Second, create an inductive approach lesson plan. And lastly, explain the advantages and disadvantages of inductive approach. Going back to week 10, grammar is an important part of language learning. That is why, as future educators, we need to learn how to teach grammar. So according to the International Teaching Training Organization or ITTO, there are methods or approaches on how to teach grammar. For this day, we will talk about the inductive approach or inductive method. This approach focuses on the students. It involves the learners detecting or noticing patterns and working out a rule for themselves before they practice the language. This approach is called rule discovery because it starts with some examples from which a rule is inferred. So for example, a teacher discussing simple past and present tense may write a few examples on the board, then ask the students about it. After hearing the learner's answers, the teacher will now explain. In other words, in inductive approach, giving specific examples or activities come first before making generalizations. This approach is quite common in our classroom demonstration. Now, there are a couple of benefits of inductive approach. First is student interaction and participation because as what I've said earlier, in inductive approach, activities come first. That is why the students can actively participate in the class. Second is students rely on their critical thinking to figure out the language because in inductive approach, generalizations come second. The teacher won't discuss the lessons first, so the students will have to think for themselves what the lesson or the topic is all about or how the topic works. Third benefit is that students gain deeper understanding of the language. And lastly, inductive approach is learner-centered. The teacher can focus more on the needs of the learners. Now for your activity, create a lesson plan that shows how you can teach grammar using inductive approach. The lesson plan will be graded based on the following criteria. First is the flow of the lesson, 5 points. Second is the activity, 5 points. And third is the presence of inductive approach, 10 points, a total of 20 points. You'll pass your lesson plan on the next meeting. Now before we end our discussion, who can tell me what is inductive approach? Yes, very good. Now based on the discussion, give one advantage and disadvantage of inductive approach. Good job! So that would be all for this day. Thank you for watching.